Aerial combat is shifting away from the lone aircraft and the pilot's individual reflexes. Today, a crewed fighter acts as a command node. A single pilot directs semi-autonomous drone swarms that fly ahead to jam radars, conduct reconnaissance, or absorb enemy fire. Managing that much information requires a digital infrastructure called a combat cloud. It constantly syncs data between satellites, ground sensors, and the drones to give the pilot a unified view of the entire battlespace. The cost of building this architecture is so high that most nations can no longer afford to develop fighters alone. This has forced the world's major powers into different competing strategies. This timeline tracks the three primary programs: the US F-47, the British, Italian, Japanese Tempest, and the European FCAS all share a target to reach operational status by 2035. The US approach prioritizes specialized air dominance, utilizing a development cycle that has had test aircraft flying since 2020. This creates a head start over the Global Combat Air Program, where the UK, Italy, and Japan began assembling their shared demonstrator in 2024. The Tempest partners must now prove they can reconcile three different defense budgets and strategic priorities fast enough to meet that deadline. The design of the Tempest is shaped by the legacy fleets it must replace. For the UK and Italy, this platform will take over for the Eurofighter Typhoon. For Japan, it must replace the Mitsubishi F-2s currently patrolling the Pacific. Because these nations maintain smaller total fleets, their sixth-generation fighter must be a multi-role platform. It needs to handle ground strikes and electronic warfare just as effectively as air-to-air combat. The United States is pursuing a different goal with the F-47, pure air dominance. By focusing strictly on clearing the skies of enemy threats, the U.S. can optimize the F-47 for extreme stealth and range, sacrificing the multi-role flexibility the Europeans and Japanese require. As this matrix shows, the F-47 is a specialized tool for winning the hardest fights. Tempest is designed for a broader range of missions across different theaters. Choosing the Tempest path allows allied nations to maintain a versatile air force that can adapt to missions beyond high-end air superiority. To achieve that versatility, the Tempest requires a massive breakthrough in propulsion, the variable cycle engine. Rolls-Royce and IHI are designing these engines to produce over 15 tons of thrust, while generating a massive surplus of electrical power. This engineering requires the combined capacity of the world's largest contractors, including Japanese industrial partners like Mitsubishi. The aircraft needs that electricity to power energy-hungry systems like radar jamming suites and eventual directed energy weapons, such as lasers. Generating that much power creates a heat problem. Internal temperatures can rise high enough to create an infrared signature that sensors can track from hundreds of miles away, undermining the plane's stealth. To hide this heat, the Tempest uses uniquely shaped intake ducts and an embedded cooling network. The goal is to manage the aircraft's thermal signature before it ever leaves the fuselage. Successfully balancing this power output with a low infrared signature is the primary physical challenge of the program. The project's survival depends on a manufacturing model that divides labor across three borders, the Edgewing joint venture. The work is split equally between BAE Systems, Leonardo, and the Mitsubishi-led consortium. This structure shares the massive financial burden and speeds up design. But coordinating three separate defense industries is difficult, and tensions over technology sharing have already emerged. These internal frictions are colliding with external pressure. Japan faces an immediate need to deter regional threats, and wants the aircraft deployed as soon as possible. The UK, meanwhile, is managing a £28 billion budget gap. This financial strain has slowed major contracts, causing frustration in Tokyo as the timeline begins to shift. The project also faces a wildcard, Germany. Reports suggest Berlin may abandon the struggling European FCAS program to join the Tempest alliance. While Germany would bring billions in capital, adding another partner could slow the coordination process enough to miss the 2035 deployment window. Allied nations must decide which of these sixth-generation architectures best serves their long-term defense strategy. This chart measures the trade-off. The vertical axis is a nation's need for strategic independence. The horizontal axis tracks mission requirements. Buying the US F-47 provides the ultimate specialized air combat tool, but requires relying entirely on American industry. The Tempest sits in the top right. It is a choice for nations that prioritize domestic industrial control and need a plane that can handle multiple types of missions. For the UK and Italy, this path secures their industrial base while providing the flexible airframe their smaller forces require. This also makes the program an attractive option for nations like Germany that want to preserve their own aerospace manufacturing sectors. But nations facing an immediate air superiority crisis should be cautious. The complexity of a multinational joint venture means the risk of delays is much higher than in a single-nation program. This is the dilemma for Japan. They need technological independence, but their security environment requires hardware that is ready to fly today. If a nation's only metric for survival is winning the hardest possible air-to-air fight, the specialized U.S. model remains the global standard. The Tempest project's final success depends on whether 3 separate nations can keep their checkbooks and secrets aligned.